Man, they trying to kill Yo Gotti right now. It's been, I don't know if this is out or nothing, but it's been several attempts on his life already this year.
This is what's being said about Yo Gotti allegedly facing multiple attempts on his life, and how those claims connect to the long-running tension surrounding the Memphis rap scene. Right now, there are new statements circulating from a bodyguard known as Big Homie CC, who claims that Yo Gotti has faced several attempts on his life already this year. That's the headline. And when you place that claim next to everything that has already happened in Memphis over the past few years, it adds another layer to an already complicated situation. Let's break this down carefully. According to a recent interview clip from Big Homie CC, he stated that Yo Gotti has been laying low because there have allegedly been several attempts on his life in 2026. He didn't give exact numbers, and he didn't go into specific details about each incident, but he used the word several. That's what caught people's attention. Now, this isn't the first time we've heard about someone allegedly targeting Gotti. Previously, in an interview, Hernandez Govan claimed that before Young Dolph was killed, Yo Gotti's Rolls-Royce truck was shot up while he was in Memphis for a family. Govan also claimed that the incident didn't make social media or major news headlines because it wasn't publicly reported by Gotti, but he said it was known to detectives and appeared in discovery related to other cases. That detail stood out because it suggested law enforcement had knowledge of the alleged shooting even if the public didn't. So now, when Big Homie CC says there have been multiple attempts this year, people immediately connect it back to that earlier Rolls-Royce incident. In the same conversation, Big Homie CC suggested that Gotti spends more time with family and moves differently now. He implied that Gotti stays prepared, mentioning that it's known his vehicles are bulletproof. He didn't provide documents, police statements, or confirmed reports. He simply spoke from his perspective as someone who claims to understand the environment, and that's where this gets deeper. To understand why these claims matter, you have to go back to what happened in Memphis over the last few years. Young Dolph was killed in Memphis at Makita's Homemade Butter Cookies in November 2021. Surveillance cameras were reportedly in the area, and police said multiple shooters were involved. That case shook the city. Fans gathered at the scene. Emotions were high. The Memphis Police Department stated it was a targeted shooting, but did not. After his death in Memphis, tensions between the CMG camp and Paper Route Empire were widely discussed by fans and media outlets. Memphis Mayor Jim Strickland publicly stated that it was a targeted killing and that authorities were focusing on two groups that had issues with each other. That comment fueled more speculation about long-standing conflicts in the city. Later, during court proceedings related to Dolph's murder, it was alleged that Anthony Big Jook Mims, Yo Gotti's brother, was connected to a $100,000 bounty for Dolph's killing. Hernandez Govan was charged in the case but was later acquitted on those murder charges. All of that history matters because when Big Homie CC claims Gotti is still being targeted, it doesn't exist in a vacuum. It sits on top of years of conflict, violence, court cases, and retaliation rumors. Now here's another layer. After Young Dolph's death, a Memphis comedian named Darian D. Money Charles posted jokes on Facebook about Dolph's murder. Days later, he was shot and killed at a Valero gas station in Memphis. Police have not officially linked his death to those posts, and the investigation remains ongoing. But the timing fueled speculation online. Memphis police identified vehicles believed to be involved in that shooting and asked for public help. Years later, there have been no high-profile announcements of arrests specifically tied to his murder. When you add that to the broader narrative, you start to see why people view Memphis rap conflicts as serious and long-lasting. So now the question becomes this. If Big Homie CC is correct and there have been multiple attempts on Yo Gotti's life this year, who would be responsible? Young Dolph is gone. Big Jook is gone. Hernandez Govan was acquitted on murder charges. Some older members of Paper Route have reportedly distanced themselves from street conflict. So if the targeting continues, as claimed, then it suggests that tensions haven't fully died down. Big Homie CC hinted at how serious the environment is, comparing it to historic neighborhood conflicts, but he also emphasized that these are people with money. That's a key point. When individuals have resources, the stakes change. Another interesting detail is that Yo Gotti has reportedly moved part of his operations to Dallas. That doesn't mean Memphis is completely behind him, though. His mother lives there, his businesses are there, his restaurant is there, CMG has roots there. It's not as simple as relocating and cutting ties. So if someone were targeting him, movement between cities could create vulnerability. Now it's important to be clear, there are no confirmed police statements backing Big Homie CC's claims about multiple 2026 attempts. These statements come from interviews. They are allegations and commentary, not official law enforcement confirmations. But what makes them impactful is that earlier incidents like the Rolls-Royce shooting claim were allegedly mentioned in discovery documents. That blurs the line between rumor and reality. Another thing to consider is how Yo Gotti handles situations publicly. Historically, he hasn't always addressed these incidents on social media. He doesn't always confirm or deny everything. That silence can make it harder to separate verified facts from street narratives. So where does that leave us? If you line everything up chronologically, you have alleged Rolls-Royce shooting before Young Dolph's death. Young Dolph killed in Memphis. Allegations of a bounty tied to Big Jook. Big Jook killed. Comedian Darian Charles killed days after making jokes. Ongoing. That's a heavy timeline. Now, some people believe that once major figures are gone, the conflict cools off. Others believe that long-standing street feuds don't disappear overnight. According to Big Homie CC's comments, the situation is still active. He even mentioned that he doesn't miss days like that, suggesting that being involved in high-risk environments carries a constant level of stress. If Yo Gotti is indeed spending more time with family and moving more carefully, as claimed, that would suggest a shift in lifestyle. Bulletproof vehicles, limited exposure, and private movement are signs of someone taking threats seriously. But until law enforcement confirms specific incidents, these claims remain part of public conversation rather than documented fact. What's undeniable is the history. Memphis has seen multiple high-profile shootings involving major rap figures. Young Dolph survived 2 attempts before being killed. Allegations surfaced about retaliation and bounties. Big Jook was killed afterward. The comedian's case remains unresolved. And now, new claims surface about continued targeting. That's why this conversation isn't going away. People are asking whether the cycle is over or still ongoing. They're questioning whether this is the final chapter or just another page. For Yo Gotti, the priority would likely be security and family. For the city of Memphis, the priority would be preventing further violence. For fans, it's trying to make sense of a situation that keeps evolving. Right now, all we have are interview statements from Big Homie CC and previously reported incidents discussed in court and media. No new official police press conference has confirmed multiple attempts this year. That distinction matters, but the narrative itself is powerful. It suggests that even after arrests, acquittals, and years passing, tensions may still linger. If new verified information comes out from law enforcement or court filings, that will change the conversation. Until then, this remains based on interview claims layered on top of an already documented history of violence. That's where the story stands. If anything new develops, whether it's confirmed incidents or official statements, that will shift the discussion again. For now, this is about understanding the timeline, the claims, and the context surrounding them. And that context is heavy.